Welcome to the 115th episode of the Meeple Society, a podcast about board games hosted by two longtime role players turned avid board gamers. My name is Katie.
I'm Greg.
On this episode, we talk about some crowdfunding projects we're watching, but mostly we talk games. One game has us mapping the land, waterways, and heavens around Baghdad circa 1820. One has us searching for a mysterious boy dressed in red and white stripes. Another involves some creative mapping and building of a perfect neighborhood. And yet another, the westward build of the railroad network in the early 19th century. And finally, with that rail system firmly in place, we explore the American Wild West and the colorful characters it produced in our first look at Western legends. But first,
it's been a busy last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We've gotten some games played, and we'll talk about a few of them.
We have, and I was looking through last night. I keep a log of everything I post on YouTube.
A lot.
Well, yes. I mean, I do keep a lot of logs, and it is a very long log, but this is only one log. But it basically just contains the date I published it, what it was, that type of stuff, and who was in it. Mm-hmm. We haven't published much in the last month.
We've been busy.
It has been, I thought we had a good excuse after my surgery with not publishing a lot. But this last month, oh my gosh.
Well, now you're trying to catch up with everything you couldn't do.
That's true.
While you were on restrictions.
That is very true because the restrictions have been lifted. And while I'm still being very careful, I keep having to tell people at work, I know my limitations. Mm-hmm. I know when I'm overdoing it. Sometimes I still overdo it and I pay for it.
You better say that.
But I'm trying to be careful. But regardless, currently we're in the process of shifting 2 rooms in the house and painting one and cleaning. It's been a lot of work.
Long work.
But anyway, I apologize for the lack of stuff getting published here lately. Hopefully that will pick up. I want to say after Gen Con, but no, things won't settle down until probably end of September.
Yeah.
Because we've got Gen Con, the trip to Phoenix, and then the trip to the Dice Tower Retreat, all in 6 weeks time frame. Mm-hmm. 8 weeks time frame.
And many visitors between then, which we're trying to get the other 2 rooms in place because of the visitors.
Exactly.
One of them staying for a while.
Yes. So we apologize. Bear with us. Hopefully by the end of September, we will get caught up and
but we have
be able to breathe.
We have a top 10 coming out.
We do have a top 10 coming out very shortly. Actually, it'll probably be out before this will. Mm-hmm. But that will start a brand new series. We're not even done with the old series yet, but that's okay. We're going to get started on the new one. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited. That first one was super fun to do, which I was not expecting. Top 10s are fine. They are. But that one brought up a lot of
games we hadn't played in a long time because of the series. Yeah,
it brought up games we don't play in a lot for a while, but it definitely brought up games we haven't talked about since we did this. We did them in the series. Mm-hmm. They're just not games we play every day.
No.
So it was fun to think about those games in a different way.
And if it is out and you haven't seen it, it's top 10 games
start with the letter
A that we've played.
Yes.
And it all stems from the Planeswalker collection.
Yes.
Since we've played all these, we're going to go back through now and tell you what
actually rate
top
all
10 of those letters were.
And like I said, the X's are going to be very short. It's going to be a top 2.
We may throw those in with the Z's.
Or maybe the Y's or the
maybe
W's.
The Y's. Maybe the X, Y, Z's will all be together.
There you go. X, Y, that's actually probably a good plan because there's not that many Y's or Z's either. Mm-hmm. So I think we got 20 of one and 13 of the other. So yeah, it'd be a good idea just to throw all those together. Mm-hmm. That's a plan. Okay. Shall we move on?
Talk about some games, but crowdfunding.
Okay.
I have it listed as crowdfunding, ... We don't have an addiction. We're just watching for the launch of a couple of games.
So there have been a few out that have been brought to our attention or that we've happened upon that we're kind of interested in. You want to start off? Because that first one you put on here. Well, technically you put them all on here.
I tried to search for a lot about some of these games. The first one I have in here is Explorers of Navoria's The World Edge. Or World's End, actually, I think is what it's called.
World's Edge. No, it is World's Edge.
Is it World's Edge?
Yeah. Coming soon.
Yep, World's
on Kickstarter.
Edge. It sounds really cool. I like the Explorers of Navoria. I've soloed this, and we've played it multiple times. But it says, help the dragons rescue their eggs, and gain special abilities for doing so in the final expansion for Explorers of Navoria.
Okay.
That got me thinking. This is only the second one, right? Or is there a third one that
I don't know.
I know we have one.
Oh, it came with the box we bought.
Yeah.
I don't know, but that looks so cute.
But it does. I looked on BGG. It's not there.
Oh,
I've looked everywhere to try and see pictures.
Okay.
And it hasn't said when it's coming.
Just coming
So I've
soon.
got it to notify me when on the launch.
Okay.
Explorers of Navoria is so cool anyway. It's a great game to play.
Yeah, I enjoyed that much
really
more than I
looking
thought
to
I would.
see when this comes out. Then another one we both are interested in. I see it, I was like, ooh, that looks really cool. All it shows is the box artwork.
I know. I love the sound of this one, though. It sounds so right up my alley.
This is the Retreat. It's the newest, that's soon to be coming.
The Resort.
The Resort, yeah. It's soon to be coming to Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Another one, not sure when, because Kickstarter or GameFound, neither one of them even have it listed as coming soon.
This looks
So this is
so
just
good.
Yeah. This is Vitalis sort of teasing us.
Yes.
Because all he's got is the box cover on BGG, and then kind of what it is, and it's you're managing a resort and trying to keep customers happy.
I'm so
what
excited
this kind
for
of
this one.
sounds like, it sounds like a heavy, meaty Euro version of that card game we had, Monsters Retreat, or what was that? It was a little campy.
Nope. I know which one you're
creatures,
talking about.
and I can't remember what it was called. We had it forever, and we finally got rid of it because we'd hardly played it.
Epic Resort.
Epic Resort, where you're trying to keep
Did we
monsters.
actually get rid of that?
I thought we got rid of it. Maybe not.
I'm looking on the I'm looking on this other spreadsheet.
People, she has like spreadsheets, 4 spreadsheets.
No, I'm not that bad. No, we got rid of it. It's no longer listed
That's
on
what I
here.
thought. We didn't play it that much, so we finally got rid of it.
Yeah, we did
needed
finally
the
let it go.
space.
Yeah, we
We
did.
needed
Okay.
the space.
It's a good game, though.
But anyway, yeah,
All right.
it sounds really cool. You used to...
I was a travel agent for a lot of years, and I
you
thought
dealt with the resorts for
did.
RCI, Resorts Condominiums International, correct?
yes,
The timeshare people.
yes. So yeah, I just think this sounds so neat. I cannot wait to get my hands on it.
Yeah, and we backed the last one he just
We
put out
did.
that's finished up. The Library of Alexandria? What
Something
was
like
it
that,
called?
yeah.
It's pretty bad. I can't even remember the Kickstarter we're doing.
It is
The Great
The
Library.
Great Library.
It's about the Library of Alexandria.
right.
Yeah, the resort, it says 2027, so we'll see. Then the last one that we have listed, there is another one that I can't find anything else on now except for one spot.
Okay.
But we'll talk about this one first.
Yes.
This is Spirit Train, The Final Journey. This is by
Yes.
Sweater Bear Games, who brought out Camping Season, Bear
Bear
Mountain,
Mountain.
and then we have another one that's coming.
Winemaker's Apprentice.
Winemaker's Apprentice. We've
Yeah.
backed every single one of their projects so far.
And
This is the fourth
I've
one.
liked both the games we have. They are so under the radar, in my opinion. And every time we've played them with people, they've enjoyed them. So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to see what this one does.
And
This
it
one
looks
I've seen a lot more
cool.
buzz
Seeing
about.
the components, you actually have this. It's like a train car building right there.
Oh, how interesting.
Yeah, there it shows it, and you're putting things in it. You're loading your train, and the cool thing is the engine.
how
The front end of
neat.
the engine is like a male stag
Yeah.
with the huge rack of horns and all that. The artwork looks really cool. It looks like a little 3D train station over there, which I'm not sure
that
for.
looks-
There's not a lot. It doesn't explain it that much.
Well,
Build your
no.
trains, take care of spirits, face off with death.
Well, you know.
okay. Oh, it looks like the train station could be a dice tower,
Dice Tower is what it looks like, yeah.
and where all your little
I don't
meeple
know,
guys
but
come to.
I am really looking
Yeah,
forward to
it
getting
really
this, figuring this one
cool.
out.
Yeah, the artwork's a lot like their last one that we just backed, the Winemaker's Apprentice. It looks
Yeah.
like the same artwork for
Yeah.
the people and stuff.
That looks so good.
Simultaneous play, meaningful choices, endless strategies. This is the one we actually have more information on because they actually have a filled out
They've already done their
preview
Kickstarter page. It just
Yeah.
is not live yet.
Start of each day, conductors simultaneously choose which rooms to add to their train. Each rooms provide base actions or resources while affecting their train's speed, energy, and turn order. Build your train around the spirits you carry. Place them in specialized rooms to unlock powerful synergies and maximize the number of actions you can perform each round. Ooh, it's a combo game.
It's also simultaneous play, which I like.
Yeah.
That means it's going to be quick. There's no downtime.
Happy spirits or active spirits. Keep your passengers fulfilled to increase the number of active spirits on board. It sounds really cool.
Well, and I have spoken with these guys before.
Hand-drawn
Sweater Bear
art.
Games. Oh, yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
Mm-hmm.
Sweater Bear Games is a very small company based in Iowa City, I believe.
Yeah, we've messaged.
I've
them back
messaged
and
with
forth,
them before because we had a small production problem on camping season.
Yeah.
And they were very quick to get it fixed, sent me whole new boards. But I kind of want to reach out to them and say, hey, I would really like to get an advanced copy of this to do a preview on if we could.
Yeah,
See what he
review
says. I mean,
copy.
the worst they can do is say no, right?
Yeah.
So I think I may email them today.
And then you'll be able to see it if we can do that.
I know. I am so excited. This is one I want to try so bad.
Yeah.
Anyway.
This looks really cool.
Yeah.
Okay, the last one I don't have any pictures of. It does not give me a date when it's coming out. I just went to their webpage and kind of found out. I seen it advertised once on Facebook. This is Empire Builders Ireland. This coming out. I told you about this.
You did tell me about this one.
This is the Cranrail games, and this is actually an original one. Because they're basically redoing all the Cranrail games because Darwin's Toys has the name of Mayfair,
Right.
and they picked up all the Mayfair train games so far, and they're going to start to reprint them. But this one's an original.
Okay.
It's all based in Ireland, so. I don't know what's going to be different in it. I mean, I imagine the resources and everything are all going to be different. You're going to have a smaller board, but knowing them, it's still going to be the large board, just build out farther so you have more cities in that to go to.
It's going to be more honed in on the island, yeah.
Yeah, but
That's what makes
I am a
sense.
big fan of the Cranwell games. I'm a big fan of train games, period. I'm looking forward to this. I would love to put it in my collection, but I have no information on when it's going to come out.
Well, when it does.
Yes. When it does, I'm on their email address, email list to be notified when it's going to come.
I'm sure there'll be a Gen
So
Con
as
again,
soon as
hopefully.
I find out, I'll let y'all know.
Yeah.
But that's all for crowdfunding right now. If there's any crowdfunding projects you think we should look at, let us know in the comments. So let's go on to talk about games we've played lately
Woohoo.
in this busy last 2 weeks.
Well, and this one, the first two we're going to talk about, we didn't even play in these last 2 weeks. We played the 2 weeks prior to
That's
that.
how little games we've played in the last 2 weeks. We've had to
really
pull
have
back
not.
from games we have not yet talked about.
Well, the 2 weeks prior to that, we actually got a lot done because Justin and Jackie were staying here and we had a weekend free. So that was before we discovered we'd have to completely repaint a room. Yeah. And I couldn't start that until after. There was a sequence that had to happen before I could actually start clearing and painting that room. And we had not hit that sequence of events yet. So we had a free weekend.
So we have a front room full of stuff that
We have a
was in
front
that
room
room
full of
you
stuff.
just have not gotten rid of or figured out where it's going to go from here.
Right.
Because you can't store it in the other two rooms anymore. Anyway, we're talking about games here.
Okay, so the first game I'm going to talk about is Wayfares of the South Tigris. This was published in 2022 by Garfield Games. Plays 1 to 4 players in 60 to 90 minutes, ages 13 and up. Designed by Sam McDonnell and Shem Phillips.
Which we've both met.
We have. I doubt they would remember us.
Met both
but
of them, actually, yes.
And then the art by...
Who is it? Who is it?
D'Amico.
There you go. You can't pronounce his name?
I cannot pronounce his full legal name, no. We'll just call it D'Amico because that's what he goes by. Anyway, so this is one where it is circa 1820 AD. You are basically brave explorers, or this is how it's worded on BGG. The description from the publisher has brave explorers, cartographers, and astronomers.
Somebody's
That
having
is
trouble.
a hard word to say when you're talking quickly.
Somebody's having trouble talking.
Yes. Astronomers. Players set off from Baghdad to map the surrounding land, waterways, and heavens above. They must carefully manage their caravan of workers and equipment while reporting back regularly to journal their findings at the House of Wisdom. So this is one, it's all, I don't want to say card play. There is no card play involved. You are drafting or purchasing cards from the central board. There are 4 different types of cards, actually 5 different types of cards set out around the central board, and the central board makes up the journal. And as you get that journal action and you have what you need in your tableau, then you can go up the journal in a couple of different ways. There is a particular action that lets it happen, but when you rest, you can also do it. That action comes into play every time you rest. Mm-hmm. How this works, this is a dice placement game. You start off the game with 3 dice to work with and a couple of workers. Everybody starts the game with 1 blue and 1 yellow worker. Workers do not belong to you. You are essentially renting them until you use them, and then somebody else gets to use them.
You hired them.
Whatever.
Renting just sounds wrong.
Well, yeah, it does. Okay, fine. You are borrowing them.
There you go.
Whatever. They are assisting you until you use them, and then they can go and work for somebody else. So everybody starts with 1 blue and 1 yellow worker. There are a number of green workers on the journal track that the first person to get to can take possession of or hire. The 4 different types of cards. One set of cards is additional workers that you can pick up, and they go underneath some of your other cards as bonus actions. And I'll come back to that a little bit. On the bottom half of the board, you have your land cards, where you are mapping out the land. The other side of the board is the ocean cards. The land cards go on the left side of your player board, and the ocean cards go on the right side of your player board. And as you are claiming these cards, you can put them out. Each of these cards have some sort of ability on the bottom. Some of them will give you additional actions. Some of them give you one-time bonuses. All of them will give you an icon that you need in order to get up that journal track. Mm-hmm. Alternatively, you can hire the workers on the top of the board in order to go under your land or sea cards, and those give you bonus actions when you are activating those cards. Another set of cards that's up there is your sky cards. So these are your heaven cards, and it will again have a number of different icons on them, stars, planets. So there's a number of different icons up there that you are collecting and saving as well. All of these build into a set collection aspect during scoring too. On the side of the board is some bonus cards for the sky, or immediate action cards where you can take the bonus and then just discard the card. All of the cards that are out, you have a couple of different options on. Remember those workers I talked about? Here's where the workers come into play. In the card slots surrounding the board are various actions that can be activated by placing a worker on one of the cards. Maybe I want to activate the slot that tells me if I place a green or yellow worker here on this card, I can gain 2 coins, and I get to put some influence into the yellow house. Just like the other South Tigris games, this one has that influence piece on the side of the board with the 3 houses.
I know they're called
they're temples,
something. I can't remember exactly what they're called.
They're Middle Eastern. It's a Middle Eastern building name, and I for the life of me, I can't remember what it is right now. I can pull influence back. Well, one, at the end of the game, influence is points. Mm-hmm. Whoever has the most influence gets so many victory points out of it. But more importantly, they're bonus actions during the game. Mm-hmm. You can pull some back in order to get extra actions, to get extra whatever during the game. And each one of them has a specific ability. So I won't go too much into that. So before I move on from the cards, because I almost forgot, you put that worker out there. You don't get that worker back unless you buy that card now. Whoever buys that particular card, that worker stays there. He's still doing a job for you. Whoever buys the card he sits on gets that worker now to use at a later date. So those workers are basically bonus actions throughout your round before you have to rest. Mm-hmm. So in the middle of your board is this grid, and this is where the dice placement aspect comes into it, because you're rolling your dice at the beginning of your turn, and depending on the dice number you rolled, that determines what kind of actions you have. It's the actions that are available in that column tell you what that dice will do. So if I have a 6, then maybe I have a boating action in my 6th column. Great, I can do boat actions. Maybe I think it comes with a camel action or something. In that column, you start with one there. But there are tokens around the board that you can purchase by, again, placing workers onto cards and activating the slot above them or below them. Mm-hmm. Those tokens go onto that grid and amplify some of your actions. They give you more actions to do with that 2 that otherwise does nothing. There are some slots that don't require any kind of action icon, so any dice can go there, but the majority of them require an icon, whether it be a boat or a camel or a pigeon or whatever. So it's dice placement, it's card manipulation, it's area majority, it's set collection. There is just so much going on in this game, but as the game goes on, you are literally expanding your tableau of cards and what you're able to do with those cards. Mm-hmm. So, and what you're able to do with those actions before you rest. And then once you are out of actions, you're out of dice, you're out of workers, you're out of things you want or can do, then you can rest and you pull back all your dice. You don't get those workers back though. All you do is pull back your dice. And if you're able to, if you've accumulated the icons you need in order to progress up the journal track, you can progress up the journal track. First person to get to the very end of the track ends the game. That triggers the end of the game. I love this one. It is probably my favorite of the South. It is my favorite of the South Tigris. I honestly think it is my favorite of all of the Garfield games. The 9 that we have. I know it's not yours. I know. But I absolutely adore this one.
Yeah, you actually finally got the win on this last time we played it.
I did.
After all the times we've played it, I've always won it, and then now you finally won it. I lost my streak on this game. A game that's her favorite game, she finally got to win.
Yeah. Well,
we know. I'll always have apiary.
Whatever. Anyway, that is Wayfares of the South Tigris by Garfield Games. Yeah, I love it.
Did you see this insert somebody has or player board set up for it? It puts everything in place. It has card holders for everything. It even holds the little tokens you get, so they're not scooting all over the board.
Wow. Looks
really cool.
That is really nice.
Even for your own player boards, for your tokens and stuff.
That is really nice.
Looks really cool. Okay. Anyway.
If I can find that picture, I'll show it to you guys. But
it's on BGG.
I'm aware of that, but there's 273 images on BGG, so
I'll find it for her. She can never find anything without me. Anyway, so I'm going to move on to an older game that came out in, it doesn't actually ever say when this came out.
It does too, 1991.
Oh, 1991. Jeez, if I look in the right spot, I would find it.
Yeah.
This is Where's Waldo? Waldo Watch Your Card Game. So if you don't know Where's Waldo is that correct English, sir?
Where Waldo. You know who Waldo is.
Who Waldo is. You've been living under a rock. Waldo is a guy who wears a long sleeve white and red striped shirt and a white and red striped winter hat, stocking hat. Has glasses and black hair and tall and skinny. And it's all about, he's in a crowd of people that has those colors in it as well, too. And you've got to find him.
Yeah.
That's Where's Waldo. Well, this one, they are cards. But before I get in that and not do a Katie, I'm going to tell you.
I talked about my
I'm going to tell you the stats. This is a 2 to 6 player game.
I'm getting picked on today.
10 to 20 minutes long, ages 5 and up. It has a weight of 1.
That does not surprise me.
Designer is uncredited. Artist is Martin Hanford, which is probably the artist of Where's Waldo. Published by Kroner International Games. This has a 5.0 on it. I see the last couple ones I've had some really low ranking games. Anyway, so in Where's Waldo? Waldo Watch Your Card Game. That's a tongue twister.
Say that 5 times fast.
No. Anyway, you have everybody has their own cards or a deck of cards, basically.
Yeah.
And one by one, you're going to lay them out. When one lays out, everybody looks to see if they can find Waldo. If they can't, the next person lays out their card, and you have it. People are just laying their cards out, and as soon as you say, "Where's Waldo?" You said, "Found him," and you tap the card and point where it's at, and then you collect all those cards up. That's pretty much the game.
Yeah. Well, you don't collect the cards up. No, the cards.
No.
Oh, you okay.
The next person starts a new line.
Right.
And then when all the cards
in order
are gone,
to score, right? Well, no, it's the first person to spell out Waldo, because when you score,
oh, that's right. You cross
out the W.
I totally forgot about that. You do have a scorecard.
Yeah, you cross out the W and then the A.
There's this whole "Where's Waldo? What's your card game?" And and you have the player's name and somebody's keeping score, and there's Waldo. When you score, you get the W, then the A, the L, the D, and the O, and whoever spells Waldo out first wins the game.
Yeah,
it's a very easy game, but we had a blast with this.
We did. Of course, we played with a 4-year-old.
Yeah, we played with a 4-year-old. Hey, it's 5 and up. But that's okay.
He did very well, and he came very close to beating you.
Yeah,
I thought it was funny.
Well, there's a couple of them. I saw Waldo. Yeah, and I know he saw Waldo,
and you let him.
I didn't slap it to say I found him. But there's some other ones you just lay the cards out. Oh, there he is, and you're like, how did you see that? Yeah, because some of them you're just seeing his head pop up over something, or the sleeve in his face someplace, but other ones it's very obvious where he was at. Yeah. So if you like I can't even talk now. It's tongue
Where's Waldo?
Where's Waldo puzzles that you get. This is a cool game. I don't know if it's available anymore.
I don't know.
I imagine you might be able to find it at the secondhand market. We actually are getting. We give this away?
We have not yet, but we are. This is one we are going to let go though.
Okay. Was this one that was going to the 5-year-old?
No.
Or 4-year-old? Okay.
No.
So if you're interested, message us. Maybe we can get it out to you.
There you go.
But that is Where's Waldo? Waldo, watch your card game.
Okay, the next game I'm going to talk about is Welcome to Your Perfect Neighborhood, or Your Perfect Home. I'm sorry, Welcome to Your Perfect Home. This was published in 2018 by Blue Cocker Games, and actually, I thought there was a different publisher on the early ones. Deepwater Games.
Yeah.
It's Deepwater Games. This was designed by Benoit Turpin and art by Anne Heidsick. Heidsick? Yeah. Anyway,
something like that.
Plays a whopping 1 to 100 players. 25 minutes, about ages 10 and up. All right, so I could easily see playing this if you've got an overhead projector with your options on it. I could totally see playing this with a large group.
This came out during the pandemic, didn't it?
This came out 2 years before the pandemic, but this was played a lot during the pandemic because it was something you could play over Skype or
these types of rolling rights came out really big during the whole pandemic era.
Oh, absolutely, because they're so easy to do. As long as somebody has the game and the set of cards, you can play. Mm-hmm. All you need is the cards, and then everybody has a player sheet, which you can download or make photocopies and send them up via email, whatever.
I just noticed something here. Let me see.
Do I still have paint?
You got some paint still here, and your little boo-boo from falling the other day. But,
I did, yeah.
But yeah, you still have paint on your arm, and now you're banging around them, and you got some over there on that elbow too.
Do I still?
Yes, right there.
Oh my goodness! I thought I got.
This is how dedicated she is in painting. She just loves to wear the paint around. And you even took a shower.
I did.
What you got done.
Okay. Well,
anyway, back to the game. Sorry. We're going back to our busy weeks. Anyway, back to the game. Welcome to.
This is not a roll and write. It is a flip and write. The way this one plays, everybody has basically their sheet that shows their neighborhood. Three neighborhood streets on it with a varying number of houses on it, some of which have pools in the backyard or have the potential for a pool in the backyard. There are the potential for parks in the area. So at the beginning of each round, and this is all simultaneous play, at the beginning of each round, you flip over 3 cards. And on the front side of the card is numbers between 1 and 15. Those are your street numbers, your house addresses. Yes. On the back side of each card, or more importantly, on the back side of the pile of the card at the top of the pile, you just flip these cards over from, is some sort of action. It could be to put a pool down in one of the houses. It could be to add a park to the street. It could be to do a construction zone, which some of these I don't use them often enough to remember what they are, but they're all important. One of which, and I don't remember the actual names for some of these, one of which could be to
raise the value
of certain lot sizes.
Yes.
One of which could be to, it looks like it's a mailbox with the words BIS on it, but it basically allows you to
put another address,
to copy an address, basically
yes.
making two houses an A and B, essentially, have the same number on them.
It's a double.
It's a double. There you go. So you're looking at all these various options that you're given, and you're choosing a number you can use, but the action below it you want to use. So you may have a 1 pool and a 10 park and a 15 biz. Well, the biz probably won't do me very much good at the very beginning of the game, but toward the end of the game, that might be very important if it's a number I can use. So here's the catch. You have 3 city blocks to work on, 3 neighborhood blocks to work on. The houses have to be, go figure, numeric order. So you have to start at 1 and you have to end by 15, or you start at 2 or whatever. You start on the low end, you end on the high end. And if you run out of numbers in between where you started and where you have to end,
or those numbers don't ever come up.
Right, or the numbers don't come up.
When
and
you need them.
That's what the construction one did. The construction allowed you to add up to 2 to a number.
Yes.
So if I took that 10 construction, then I could make it a 12 if I had to.
Correct. And the last time we played it, I used that a lot.
And I always forget to use that one. I forget how important that one can be.
Yeah, because that's one where when it scores, the person who's used it the most gets 7 points.
7 points. But it gives you some flexibility in your numbers, which you may not otherwise have. So at the end of the game, you are adding up how many pools you were able to get in, because if you say I had that 1 pool, well, if I put the 1 in a house that doesn't have access to a pool,
you don't get it.
I don't get that pool. But if I put the 1 in a house that does, I circle the pool on my sheet, and now I get points for that at the end of the game.
Yes.
Same with the parks. If the parks, whichever street I put that house on, I can cross off one of my parks, and my parks are now worth a little bit more money at the end of the game for each one I've crossed off on each block. I mean, at the end of the game, you're just adding up all your points. You don't lose anything for any houses you didn't get done. But yeah, I've always loved this one. It's simple to explain, but very hard to, I don't want to say figure out. It's hard to perfect.
Yeah.
Because there are just so many moving parts in this. And it's only 3 cards.
Yeah, and one of the actions you score on is fences. And the fences isn't something you score on, though, but it allows you to make those little neighborhoods that, like...
Yes, that was the other one. You could add a fence.
I've raised the 3s, and they're going to be worth 5 points each.
Yeah.
So I'm making a lot of neighborhoods of 3s.
Right. So,
by using the fences and everything.
Right. I forgot fences was the backside of the other card. I could not remember what the 6th one was. So yes, when you pull up that fence, you can add a fence, and that changes the groupings of your homes.
Yeah.
And that upgrade, the purple upgrade arrow, allows you to score based on certain plot sizes, for lack of a better term.
And it helps you out because you have the 3 goal cards as well.
Yes.
And some may say, I need a single house together, maybe 3, maybe 6.
Yeah. So you're trying to get those done first, too, because, again, that's more points. But, yeah, I was going to come to that, the goal cards. So there are 3 different goal cards on the side, and they will give you different things that you need to accomplish in order to get the points. First one to do it gets a better score. Then the card flips over, and everybody else gets a lower score. But you still get points if you get it done. So sometimes it's impossible. Oops, crap, I did too many 3s. There's no way I can get this 6 now.
Yeah.
So, or you have to weigh, is that 7 points for making some of my spots 1s better than getting 5 points per 3 that I've already set up? So.
Yeah. And then the way the game ends is...
Yes, the game ends in one of 2 ways. Either somebody has finished their neighborhood. Congratulations. It doesn't happen often.
No, it doesn't.
Or somebody's had to take out 3 building permits. Every time you take a building permit, every time you cannot use a card, any of the cards that are out. I have no way of placing a 1, a 5, or a 10. It's just the way my neighborhood is laid out, I cannot place any of those. I have to take a building permit. The third time I have to do that ends the game.
Yeah.
And it ends the game for everybody. So you got to kind of watch and leave yourself some openings someplace. Yeah, it's tricky. It can be very tricky when you get toward the end of the game.
Yeah. And the biz you're talking about that allows you to put the same number down beside another house. It's actually negative points at the end of the game. Depending on how many. If you did it once, you don't lose any. No, you will lose 1 point.
You will lose a point.
Because it's the first number that's uncovered on all the scoring is what you're going to get.
Right.
So, yeah. And it gives you that option, too, in the game that gives you can build a roundabout twice to break up a neighborhood. You can build a roundabout, and the roundabouts, then you can basically restart your numbers. So it gives you that option to. And this is one of those, oh my gosh, it's an advanced scenario that you can play with. I don't think we ever have. I don't think so either.
So I feel like I've never felt the need to. Because one, it's negative points, but if you use it. 2, I don't know. It lets you restart numbers, and in some of those longer lines, that might be handy. But oh well, maybe someday we'll try it. Just to try it.
Roundabouts, because
yeah.
Depending on where you're in the United States, it's either called a roundabout or it's called a rotary.
Yeah,
and rotaries are usually up.
I called it a roundabout. I don't know what they actually call it in the game, but
I think they call them roundabouts.
Do they call them roundabouts? Yeah. Okay,
but I think over in Europe it's called a rotary as well. I think.
Traffic circle.
Don't quote me on that. It's been a while since I've driven in Europe. So
yeah, I know some places call them traffic circles. It's any number of.
Yeah, but in our neck of the woods, it's called a rotary.
Coke,
not
soda,
a rotary,
pop.
A roundabout.
Coke, soda, pop.
Coke, soda, pop.
Same concept.
Same and it's different in where it depends on where you're at in the United States.
Where you're at as to what it's called.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun. This has so many different variants of this game.
Yes, we have. There's actually like 4 mini expansions. There may be 5 because I think there's one we don't have. But there's an Easter map. There's a Christmas map. There's a basically undead.
Halloween.
There's a Halloween map. There's a
plague.
Doomsday. That's the one I was trying to think of. There's Doomsday. There's Outbreak. There's Ice Cream. We don't have the ice cream one. And then so those were all of just the card packs they came out with. They came out with the maps and the card packs. Yeah. And we have most of those. I think the only one I don't have is, like I said, the ice cream one. Then they have Welcome to New Las Vegas. That just changed it completely up.
It was interesting.
You've got a limo. You basically have a limo action.
Yeah, that you're driving around.
You drive a limo around, and you get negative points based on how far you are away when the game ends. But you get points based on everything he drove by. And then there's Welcome to the Moon that adds a scenario pack to it. So now, again, they're all 8 different scenarios and different things you can do. I still prefer the original, though. So I like the original Welcome to, and I feel like all the different maps give me plenty of variability. So I have a picture, and I'll give it to her so she can put it up here so you guys can see it. That I'm like going, this would make this game so cool. Oh my goodness! They have it. It's like a dual layer board almost, and they have little buildings that are going out on your addresses. That would be so in your way. It would be, but it would look really cool. You couldn't play with that. Table presence would be absolutely awesome. Yeah. So yeah, I'm not exactly sure how it would work, but it makes the board look really cool. Well, I have found the picture, and I will show it. Okay. Goodness gracious. Okay, anyway, welcome to Your Perfect Home. I love the original. I'm okay on new Las Vegas. Welcome to the Moon was fine. Give me the original any day. Yeah. So, all right. Okay, my other game I'm going to talk about is from 2017. This is Whistle Stop. It is a 2 to 5 player game, 75 minutes, ages 13 and up. It's designed by Scott Caputo. Artisans is Jason Bowles and Stephanie Gustafsson. Would you? Gustafsson, sure. Gustafsson? Yep. Yeah. And published by Bezier Games. This is a terrain game, a tile laying game.
and a set collecting game all in one.
Yes. Resource management.
Resource management as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is all about you're building
A little bit
out,
of engine building even.
You're building out the transcontinental railroad all the way out to the West Coast. It's in the time of 1869, the end of the 19th century, as you said in the opening.
Yep.
But as you go, you start there on the board. It's hexes. Mm-hmm. Hex tiles that you're putting out. But at the beginning of the game, you start out, you have 16 train stations on the one side, on the east side of the board. The west side of the board is basically the slots for all the end goals. So when you get your train all the way across the board, you're going to get wherever you land, you're going to get, but there's resources you're going to need before you get there. In the middle, there is another bonus rewards areas going down the middle of the board to divide it in half. We played with, it was the Rocky Mountain.
It's the Rocky Mountain expansion,
where it gave 3 rows in there, and you were
literally having to go up and over the mountain.
Yeah, and you had to build, so it was going to take extra stuff to build, but you got rewards on a lot of it.
Yeah, you did.
You get some.
It just cost you more
things.
actions, though. It cost you more resources, which ultimately cost you actions.
So what you're basically trying to do, you're trying to, on your turn, you get 4 actions as long as you have the coal or the whistle, the train whistles to play.
Right.
On the actions in front of you, you got 4 actions. But every time you play a resource, like I had a upgrade that you can play as an action on your turn. You can pay the resources and get it, and now that's an action you have. It's not an action you get to keep because somebody else may want that little power you just got, and they can pay for it and take it away from you. Which
we never did that last night.
We didn't play that last night.
No,
well,
we
I
never
only
did.
had the one, and I was going to explain. The one that I had was I paid a whistle, and I got 2 whistles.
Yeah.
So it's basically getting an extra whistle, but I had to pay that to my action board because it was an action.
Yeah.
So now, I just used up an action basically to get back what I just paid and an extra whistle.
Yeah.
And I found it at the beginning, it seemed to be good.
Yeah.
But we were not thinking it was an action.
Right. It wasn't until I was looking something else up that we discovered that was an action.
Yeah.
And that was supposed to be taking up a slot on your board.
Yeah.
It kept you in whistles.
It kept me in whistles, but when we realized what it was doing, it wasn't as lucrative as I thought it was going to be.
Right.
You had stuff that you didn't have to pay anything.
Right. I had 3 of the ones that were situational. When this happened, this happens. So I had one that every time I moved through the mountains, I got an extra coal.
Yeah.
That was actually very lucrative because I had 2 trains in the mountains at the time.
Yeah, at one point in this game, I'll explain the game here in just a minute. At one point in this game, I probably had a 40-point lead on you.
Close to 50.
Yeah, close to 50.
You were almost to 60 and I was at like 12.
You only lost by 9 points.
Something like that.
This is how lucrative her upgrades, which I completely forgot I could steal from her, completely forgot it. And I should have if I not completely forgot that rule.
Yes, you absolutely should have, definitely.
And so I still won, but anyway.
But I had one that did that. I also had one that said every time I built a tile in the mountains, I got a gold.
Mm-hmm. Which are points. On the back of it is anywhere from 2 to 6 points.
Yep. And then I had the last one I had. Oh, what was my last one? I don't remember. I'll show a picture here. But
you paid one less in the
I
Rockies.
paid one less in the mountains in order to build.
Yes.
So if it cost 2, you had to pay a coal no matter what to move. But if to build in the mountains, it cost extra, like you already said.
Yeah.
If it cost 1, I didn't have to pay that. If it cost 2, I only had to pay 1.
Right.
Which was really nice. And that saved me a fortune because then as soon as I built, I got the gold.
Yeah, which that is the one I probably should have stolen because I did a lot of building in the mountains.
Well, I didn't get that one until near the end.
But I did
a building. I
did a lot of building in the mountains because I was trying to get the premium resources.
Yeah.
Because there's some just regular resources and then there's the premium, and the end goals needed a lot of premium. Anyway, what you're doing is you are trying to get your trains from your starting train station over to the end. Whoever could do that will end the game. Or there are 12 rounds.
Yeah, there's 12 rounds.
That each round you ended up getting 2 coal, which is you used for actions or something on the board that asked you for it. Like in building in the mountains and the Rocky ones, you needed coal is an extra cost to build a tile in the mountains, though. But on your turn, you are placing a coal or a whistle on one of your action spots and you're moving your train. If you're trying to move your train and there's no more track there, you get to lay a tile down. It doesn't cost you anything unless you're going through the mountains. Your train has to go to a stop. So if you put down a tile that does not have one of the stops on it, you continue on and you put another one down until you find one that has a stop. If you get to your third tile, it has to have a stop on it, or you can't do what you're trying to do. You're going to have to rearrange it to where it'll get to a stop. And then once you get to a stop, you get the resource or whatever's on it. And then once you have all 4 turns done, the next person goes. And then when they're done, you clear your board, you get your 2 new resources. And there's times that you might only have 2 resources to play. So you might only have 2 actions that round.
Turn. Yeah.
In the on some of the special tiles out there, there is like a whistle factory where you get there, you're going to get a whistle. These are spots that where multiple trains can sit on it at one time.
Yeah.
The whistle stops. Only one train can be there. So if you're there and the other train's trying to come through and they only can move one, they can't go that way. They're blocked. If they played a whistle, they can go through the to the next station. They can go right by
you.
you.
They can skip a station,
but they can't land on it. Only the special tiles can multiple trains be on.
Yeah.
There's other ones where there was a gold mine where you could get a gold if you landed on it. There was a turntable where it would let you turn and go back to something. Because you couldn't go back. You always had to move forward or north and south.
Yeah.
So you're always moving west, north, or south on your turn. You can never go back east. Unless, of course, the track you were on circled you back without stopping. There was also stocks in this game where if you landed on a stock special tile, you had to have the 2 pieces of resources you needed to buy that stock to get the points it showed, or you lost points. What at the bottom of the tile it tells you, like one of them said, well, if I had a red and a white resource, I could get the stock in this company, gain 10 points. If I didn't, I'd lost 6 points. And that was the same thing with the end gold ones. When you got across, there was some like going, if I had a blue, a red, and a green, when I got to that station, I scored 25 points. Once you get your train all the way across, there's a little spot at the edge of the board where you decide, okay, I'm going to put it in this slot. Now I get 2 whistles and something else. Or I'm going to put it here. I'm going to get 2 coal and a red resource. The resources have names. I just don't remember what they were.
The red was cattle.
I knew you would remember what it was.
That is the only one I mean, I know it
there
was
was
dirt.
steel. I think the blue was steel.
The blue was steel. The green was, I don't remember what
the green was lettuce. We don't know.
And then the other ones were, I think it was dirt and gravel and something. I don't remember.
Yeah, they all had
it. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. They were the
cubes.
color of the cubes. Yeah, they were cubes. I mean, I can see the upgrades where you get the upgrades where they look like the piece, though.
Sure.
But then you're like going, okay, wait a minute. So this one needs a blue, red, and green. What was blue? What was red? What was green? But yeah, so last night, like we said, we played this just last night. We played with the Rocky Mountain expansion. We were wondering what it would be like
without it.
Because I think both times we played it with the Rocky Mountain expansion.
And it does recommend you do it at least once without it.
Yeah, and I think if you have Will Stop, you don't have the expansion. If you can find the expansion, play it with the expansion. I think it made it a lot more interesting.
Yes.
Because there's more special stuff out in the middle when you're coming across it. You're like, going, oh, I really need it. Because there's a station. There you go. You get 2 coal.
Yeah.
Now you have 2 coal to play on your. That's great if you're coming through.
Mm-hmm. Gives you a little boost.
I'm only going to get 2 actions. Oh, wait, if I go that way and get to there, I have 2 more coal. I can get all 4 of my actions played now. Yeah. But I won't be able to build in the mountains. But there is a upgrade that I could get that's going to allow me to jump over empty spots in the mountain area.
And there are a lot. We only use, well, at least in a 2-player game, you use maybe a third of the overall upgrades.
Yeah.
You don't, especially once you add the upgrades.
With the
stack was huge.
The stack's like this big.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot to go over. Yeah.
You use 2 per player plus 4, I think it was.
The upgrades all have in-game scoring points on them as well.
Yes.
So you're going to score those. The stocks, they don't give you points for each stock you have at that point. It's who has the most of each type of stock. And there's like 5 different stocks.
There's 6 different stocks, 6 different stocks of each kind.
Yeah. So if somebody has, say, 2 yellow, which I can't remember what those
I don't
were
remember
called.
what the individual ones were.
And then 2 greens like we had in there. The person who, all the stocks are numbered from 1 to 6 or something like that. Whoever, if you're tied, whoever has the lowest numbered stock wins.
Whoever grabbed
wins
that one.
tie. And the person who has the most of each stock gets 15 points for each time they have the most of that stock.
This is what won him the game.
I had 60 points in stocks.
I only had 15.
But what won me the game is that last move I did. I put a new station out that gave me another stock, but it also gave me 10 points, and that's how I beat you by 9.
Yeah.
If I had not done that, you'd have beat me by 1 point.
Yeah, I know. Anyway,
and we were both worried. It's like you were at the beginning. It was like going, "I'll never catch you," and then you were catching
50
me.
Points
yes, I know. But then you catch me. You hit 2 25-point scoring tiles.
I had a 25 and a 20.
And a 20.
Yeah.
So she caught up with me. I was like, great. You're sitting here complaining that you weren't going to catch me. Now you've caught me. Now I'm worried I'm not going to be able to get far enough out because I know you got more points in
upgrades.
Gold, more points in upgrades. You just took one of my stock things away from me again. So now I'm not going to get the 15 points
took
in that.
One from you.
I was really worried at the end of the game. I was like, oh, she's going to come back after having a 50-point lead. She's going to come back and beat me at this game. I was like, ugh.
I will have you know, I had majority in 2 stocks. He took one from me.
But I
never took it from him.
I had
he
to
took
win
it from me.
I needed it to win the game. And
no, apparently you didn't.
Yes, I did. Because if I didn't have that 15 points, I still would have lost.
That's true, because then I'd have had 15.
I only won by 9 points.
Yeah, it would have been flipped the other way.
Yes, I only won by 9 points. And you beat me the last time we played this, so now we're 1-1 at this game.
Yeah. I actually very much enjoyed this.
Yes, I enjoyed
it a lot more than I remembered.
We've played this game once. We've had this game like forever.
Yeah.
It was one of the games we had early in our... But we had put off from getting this for a long time.
Yeah.
Because we thought it was a different game. I keep thinking it's Transcontinental Railway, but it's not. It was one of those games where it was like the map of the United States and you had little black sticks almost that you put out to mark the trains that you're doing. We just did not like it. We went to a meetup one time and played it. It was one of the only games we played because... I
don't remember. Yeah, it was one of the meetups in the mall.
We didn't like it, and I thought that was this game. I thought it was Whistle Stop. I got it mixed up, and I was like, we finally got it, and we played it. And I was like, let's get it. A lot of people are still talking about this, and let's get it and play it. Maybe we just had a bad game. We opened it up. I was like, oh, this isn't the game I thought it was.
No.
And we played it. We enjoyed it. It made its way into the collection. It stayed for all this time. And I honestly thought when we brought that back out, I was like, this is probably going to go because I don't remember much about the game. We've only played it once since we had it.
It's not going.
But it's not going. We like it because we have Whistle Mountain as well.
Which has nothing to do with it.
Which has nothing to do with whistles.
No.
It has nothing to do with trains. It's airships and dams and the water rising and stuff.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that too because that's on this list.
That'll probably be on next podcast. We'll probably talk about that one.
But yeah, that is Whistle Mountain. If you haven't played it, play it.
Whistle Stop.
Whistle Stop, not Whistle Mountain.
Whistle next
Stop. Very fun game. If you haven't tried it, try it.
Yeah, I was surprised how much I really enjoyed this one. Very strategic. But yet not complicated.
No, it's not. Because, like you said, you got to know where your train's going. You have to plan that whole route of that one train.
To get those resources.
You got to plan it out.
Yeah.
Where you're going. I always look like, okay, I want that train to go there. What do I need to get it over there?
Yeah.
And have the resources for the different things and the resources to get to to the one.
And I kept 2 trains back. I had 2 trains chugging ahead. I kept 2 trains back that were just my resource getters. So that when I got to that city that needed that white and the green, okay, where can I find a white over here?
Yeah, and I was lucky. I only had 1 train left.
Yeah.
I had gotten all my trains,
I got
all but 1
3
train
of my
through the mountains.
3 of my 5. You got 4 of your 5 over. And I suspect without the mountains in there, because again, that added 3 extra rows.
Yes.
It would have been very easy to get all 5 across.
Yes. In the base
no
game,
problem.
yes.
So, but I almost, like I said, I feel after playing the mountain that would almost be too easy. So I kind of like the mountain, the difficulty the mountain adds.
Yeah. So again, whistle stop. A good one. Let's go take a first look. So this week in First Look, we are staying basically with the theme we were just in back in the 1800s, going out west. We are talking about Western legends. This is all about cowboys in the West.
The American Wild West.
Yep.
Yeah, the Wild West, late 1800s. Okay, so this one was published in 2018. We do have that version of it from Colossal Games. It plays 2 to 6 players, roughly 60 to 90 minutes. Not my experience, but okay. Ages 14 and up. Was designed by Harv?
I'm not sure.
Herv Lemitri.
Herv, yeah. Herv, yeah.
Anyway, Herv Lemitri. And art by Roland McDonald.
The first time I seen that, I said Ronald McDonald.
I did too, and then I stopped and looked at it.
Roland McDonald.
Yes, I'm glad I read that first before we actually talked, and then you brought it up anyway. So there you go. All right, so the way this runs, Western Legends is essentially an open world sandbox game where players are set in the American Wild West. They assume roles as historic figures of the era. So Wild Bill
Hickok.
Hiccup. Shush. Now I'm drawing a blank on some of the others, darn it. But Wild Bill, Little Annie Oakley.
Yeah.
Doc
Holliday was in there.
Doc Holliday was in there. You had Kit Carson.
Kit Carson.
I do not remember the lady I had last night.
Oh, you had a very vicious
Oh
person.
my gosh, she specialized in stagecoach
Adil had-
robbery and
his name
murder.
was Bloody Knife.
Yes, well, he was one of the Indian figures. So, anyway, so you get to explore some of the information about these famous people from the Wild West. All right, so as I said, this is a open world sandbox game, and by that I mean there is no regulation on where you go. There are a couple rules set in place. You can move twice.
Yes.
On your action one, you get 3 actions per turn. On your turn, you can a movement action. You can move 2 spaces, and the board is all split up into a number of spaces, different regions, including 2 different towns. You've got Dark Rock and Red Falls, and then you've got a bunch of cattle ranches and various things around there. There are several areas where you can go and mine for gold. You roll a couple dice, and you get either money or gold or nothing. You could get nothing. There are cattle ranches. You can go out and start rustling cattle. You can steal some cattle from the ranches and drag them along with you. You can go in,
Or you can acquire them.
You can acquire the cattle, not in the legal way, because you're not paying anything for them. You're just walking in and taking the stinking chip.
That's when you wrestle them. The other one is acquire. You take them down to the train station and deliver them.
I feel like that's selling them, not acquiring them, but okay.
It says acquire.
Okay. I don't think that fits thematically. Anyway, so in town there are you've got the saloon where you can go and play poker. Other people in town can come and play with you. If nobody plays with you, you play against the house. There is I want to say the Five and Diamond. That's not what it's called. The general store. You can go to the general store and pick up supplies. And there is actually a nice little rack of all these different supplies you can pick up. There are different types of mounts you can purchase and that will let you move faster. Once you upgrade them, you get to move even faster, and they become worth victory points at the end of the game, or legendary points at the end of the game. There are different types of equipment. There are provisions that will help heal you. There are there is whiskey that when you drink it, it will heal you right now, and then you can do damage to somebody later when you hit them over the head with it, and thus discard the card. All sorts of different types of stuff you can buy. You can buy maps that will help you find more gold. Basically, lets you go re-roll one of those nothing dice. There is I want to call it the saloon, but that's not it. It is the cabaret where you can go and pay money essentially to get legendary points. $30 for one legendary point. We will leave it to your imagination as to exactly what that $30 is buying you.
Yeah. There is a saloon, though.
There is a saloon, yes, and that's where you go to play cards. Poker. Yes, you play cards there. There is a first aid station. You can go and just pay money to heal yourself up.
It's the doctor's office.
The doctor's office, yes. It was. I don't think it was known as first aid back then.
No.
Okay, and then outside of town. Oh, hey, look at that! It's all right here in front of me. I was just going totally off memory. The cabaret, the bank, the doctor's office, the mine. You can go prospect for gold. We talked about that. And then there is the rail station where you can go wrangle, i.e., sell off the horses you just stole. Anyway, or the cattle
you just gain a marshal point. When you wrangle, you discard your cattle token and you gain a marshal point and reward on the cattle token, whatever's on the cattle token. The rustle is when you take a cattle from one ranch and take it over to the other ranch and turn it in. Then you get a wanted point.
Okay, fine.
There is some nice things to do in here.
So one of the big things that makes this game so different, we never delved into the water. I almost did. I was so close to going on the water track.
But I was already way up on the Marshall track when I was like, okay, no.
So as the game progresses, you have to make a decision on whether or not you're going to be on the side of good or on the side of, well, most of the American West outlaws. So you can either go on the water track, and as you go up the water track, you're going to get some benefits, and you get a legendary point literally every turn you are on that water track. So it is a very fast way to accumulate points. Or you can choose the side of good. You can help the sheriff out, do the right thing, and be on the marshal track. And as you move up the marshal track, you're getting immediate benefits, including some legendary points at the end of each one of the rows. At any point in the game, you can switch sides. So if you are on the marshal track and you decide that you really need some extra cash and the bank is the place to get it, you immediately move to the water track whether you want to or not. That's what happens when you rob a bank in the Old West. But the hazard with doing that, the hazard with being on the water track is that unless you are there with everybody else, you are a wanted man or woman. And not only is the sheriff going to come find you, or the other players can make the sheriff come find you, the other players are hunting for you too. And if you're caught, well, number one, you go to the sheriff's office. You don't end the game. You can come back. You are arrested. You lose all your stuff, including that $100 mount you just paid for. Yeah, I thought about going on the wanted track about halfway through the game, but everybody else was on the marshal track, and I knew that would just spell disaster. Yeah. So I did not.
Because if you are arrested, if you're the arrested person.
Yeah.
You lose all your wanted points, all your cattle, half their money, and gold nuggets rounded up. Not down, up.
I know.
And the person who arrests you gets to go up a point on the marshal track.
Yeah. So it's bad for you all the way around.
Yeah.
So I thought about it. I probably should have just bit the bullet and done it. Who knows? Maybe I would have won the game because I came in second by 1 point.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yep.
So overall, that's basically all the actions there are. You are literally taking your turn. You're doing your 3 actions. Now, one of the big pieces in this is the card play. All the card play is in the form of poker cards, but on the bottom of the poker cards, and I think this was an expansion that we have, the bottom of the poker cards all have various text on it.
This was the second print.
Was it? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So each of the cards has some sort of bonus print on the bottom of it. It could be a bonus action. If you play this card, you get to do this action as well. It could be a reaction. So I've already done all my actions, but what I did, this reaction plays right into it, so I can play this reaction card to get a little bit of a bonus. It could be a straight up action card. I'm going to gain some marshal points. Great. Whatever. So there's all sorts of different things that the cards will do in addition to being your poker hand if you go to play poker in the saloon, or being the hand of cards you play if you are ever challenged to a fight, or you challenge the bandits to a fight. So they come in play a lot. So poker cards are really important. To keep a decent hand of them is important.
Yeah.
I think that basically covers everything. So at the end of every turn, there are story cards off to the side. At the end of your turn, if you accomplished anything on the story cards, you put a disc on one of them. There's 2 different ones there. And in a 3 to 4 player game, when 2 people have discs on the card triggers. And whoever was the last one to put a disc on gets the card and reads it. And then you just you basically do what's on the card.
Yeah, it could be good stuff for the person, the 2 people who contribute to it.
Yeah.
And it could be bad stuff for people who did
not
contribute
to it. Right. So it's a number of different things. And then whoever the triggering player was typically gets to move the marshal around. That's about it.
And it actually it tells you to put out if the bandits are able to come out.
Yes, it does re-trigger the bandits that have been picked up.
Yeah. And with that too, like you said, it moves the marshal around.
Yeah.
So let's talk about gameplay first.
Okay.
We'll just talk about gameplay because we're already into that part of it already.
We kind of just automatically gravitated that direction.
The whole part of if everybody's on the wanted track. Yeah. That's when the moving of the sheriff really
becomes
comes
important.
in because you can move that sheriff right into somebody else and they instantly arrest him.
Yes.
And then they have to battle with the sheriff, which is the person to their right is going to draw the sheriff's cards.
Yeah.
And it's the high card wins, basically, on that. Also, when you go to duel each other, you can duel other players. And you gain 2 points in the duel.
You gain 2 points if you win the duel.
Like you guys were doing at the end, because I didn't hide my cards that I had, and y'all knew I had very low cards, and you guys could easily come and duel me. I either was going to duel and you'd win,
or I
would just say no, I don't want to duel and back away, and they automatically gain 2 points. So they knew it was going to be an easy 2 points at the end at that time, no matter what, because they knew exactly what cards I had.
Yeah, that's how a duel won.
Yeah, or you could rob them. The end of the game is what hurt me the most because I had very few poker cards.
Yeah.
But during the rest of the game, I was constantly having poker cards in my hand. And it's good to have a lot of poker cards because the poker cards is your lifeline, basically, because you're wanting these cards so that you can play them. And like I said, with the second printing, you said it came out with other...
text on the bottom.
Text on the bottom that's going to help. Like you would, in some of the battles I had with you always... because in the expansion that we had, one of the expansions, it came out with the extra fight card that the bandits were all numbered. And usually it's almost all the time, every time you would have to do it, it came up with...
Nothing happens.
And then
it was all flavor text, but nothing happens.
Then you would automatically... The text on the bottom of the card you played told me that I would automatically gain a wound.
Right.
But then I would play the card that I gained no wounds during that fight, even if I lost. So that was really cool.
That was annoying.
That was annoying.
It was annoying. Anyway.
Yeah. I almost went to the dark side, as I kept calling it, the wanted side, because I really thought about it one time when I went in there with the 4 gold nuggets to go in there and just rob the place afterwards. I was like going, I'm pretty high on that track, the Marshall track already.
I almost did. And that had totally been my plan. Because there was one of my goal cards, and as an active player, every player had three of 4 possible goal cards. And one of my goal cards was I had to win a fight in town. Well, in town, the only person you could really fight with was the bank teller.
Or another player.
Well, then that whole card came up and sat there forever. That the what do they call it? The
initiate a fight with another
basically
player?
Initiate a fight with another player, the story card. And that sat there forever. And I finally thought, you know what, the only way I'm gonna get this done is to either go to the wanted side with everybody else up high on the Marshall track, which means I am going to be hunted. And even if you wouldn't have, Cat and Adil totally would have. They absolutely would have hunted me.
Oh, yeah. If you went to the other side, I would have hunted you down.
Yeah.
I mean,
so I decided that Adil was there. I thought, okay, let's go ahead and initiate with another player. That kills 2 birds with 1 stone here. I get my win a fight in town, and I get to put a token on the initiate a fight with another player track for that story card. That story card sat there for literally half the game.
Yeah, and at one point there was 2 of them.
There was.
Because there's 2 different stacks. And on both sides it was the exact same
thing.
Story card.
And had it, depending on the player's plane, should have disappeared right away. But none of us were really into attacking another player. That just wasn't
At
in
least
our
not
plans.
yet.
At least not yet.
At the end of the game, it all was coming down to
all's fair in love and war.
I need points. What's the best way to get him points? Oh, let me go attack them.
Because after I attacked Adil, we all realized how lucrative that exact scenario was.
Attacking people, you're getting martial points in that, and they're losing stuff, though. But you could also... Adil exploited it, too. And then everybody else was like, oh... That's great. That's what I need to do. The cabaret. Nobody went to the cabaret throughout the entire game until the end, and he came in with $120, so he got 4 points. And I was like, going, wait, I got $120. I'm going to the cabaret next, too.
So there comes a point. You can only ever have $120 in hand.
Yes.
Selling gold is $20 a pop plus a
point, a LP point, a legendary point. Per gold you sell.
If you sold a bunch of gold, well, there's, easily almost $100 right there.
Yeah, there's nothing at the general store you want.
Right. Once you've got your equipment, you've got your steed, you've got everything, your equipment's full, you don't want to get rid of any of it because it's all handy stuff, then where else are you going to spend this money? You cap at $120. It's not like you can just keep accumulating.
Yeah.
Go over to that cabaret and just buy yourself 4 points.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, man, if I would have thought about that earlier in the game, I'd have been exploiting that.
And
I would have been mining like crazy, going to the bank and then going to the cabaret, not wasting my time in the saloon at the poker table.
Right. Exactly. And that's probably what makes it 60 to 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Because our game lasted probably about 3 hours.
Yeah.
Now, granted, we were all learning it. There were the first couple rounds, we were in the rule book a lot, just trying to make sure we were doing things right and making sure that we were all on the same page with the way things were written, because some of us understood one thing one way and some of us understood it a different way. And it took us a minute to figure out, okay, wait, this is the intended way.
Yeah.
So there was a little bit of that the first couple rounds.
There were some heated debates on that.
There were some heated debates, but we figured it out. But yeah, I actually enjoyed this way more than I thought I would.
Yeah, because we played this before a while back when we first got it, back in like 2019.
Something
it came out in 18. But we played it with the Man in Black, which has a deck of cards that every round he plays, and he does something on there that's going to screw you up.
It's the 2-player variant.
Yes.
And that brings to mind, and maybe I don't know if this goes right here, but this is where I'm going to say it. If your 2-player game requires an NPC to play in it that we have to keep track of instead of focusing on our own game, then it's not a 2-player game.
No.
It's a 3-player game.
Yeah.
With a 2-player variant.
Now that recalling the Man in Black has all the people in here, everything's a miniature, so you know all miniature, and they're not really.
They're not fabulous miniatures.
They're like the older style miniatures from like Hero Quest kind of type. They're a little bit higher quality than that, though, but
they're detailed, but not
Hero
super
Quest.
detailed.
Yeah, but there is a Man in Black miniature, which I don't recall seeing when we opened the box up. But I remember using him the last time we played. But I did not see it in the box. I don't know. It's not something we need to discuss, though. But
no, but it's curious where it disappeared to.
Right.
I'll have to find it.
But yeah, this one... Like I said, I really like open world games. My favorite one being Firefly.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I wonder where this will fare. And we have one more Zaya to play too that we have. And I was like, wonder where all these are going to come in at. Out of the 3, this did not beat out Firefly.
Okay.
I did really enjoy it because it was more closer and personal in there.
It was.
And it was a struggle to get points here and there. Because each player with the expansion, the Fistful of Extras, and what was the other expansion? The Good, the Bad, and the Handsome. It gave you gold cards for each character, though, but each character had a power on it. You don't get to use that power till you have 5 legendary points.
Right.
And if you're at 5, and there's a way to lose points in this game. So if you go back under 5 points,
you lost your
powers, and you got to get back to 5 points again to gain your powers back. And those powers could be really lucrative. Mine, I had 2 powers on it, and I only used one side of it.
I only used mine once.
Because I had where I could lower the dice or lower the points on the card in a duel. And then the other one was the side that I used a lot of, and now for some reason I can't remember what it was. Oh, movement. I got to move one extra spot.
Yeah, and you did do that occasionally.
Every
Whenever
time
it
I
needed.
moved, I used it.
Yeah.
When I needed to move far. Because with that and my stallion, which I can't remember what its name was, because each when you upgrade your horse, it comes with a name now.
Yep, I had
So everybody
Dancer.
has separate named horses. They all look the same, but they all have separate names.
Yep.
But I could literally, with that and my stallion, I could almost move all the way across the board. I could move almost anywhere I wanted to on that board.
So yeah, 6 spaces will get you a lot of movement. Yeah, no, mine was I could, whenever I was fighting anybody but another player, whether I was fighting the sheriff, a bandit, or the bank teller, the security officer at the bank, I could reduce his card by 2 points, giving my card a little bit of giving me a better chance of winning. And then I had the revolver that reduced it another point. So I could reduce down by 3. I think I used it once against a bandit, and that was it.
And something we didn't touch on is, yes, you had all those poker cards, and yes, at the beginning of your turn, I can't remember if you talked about the beginning of your turn or not, you got to choose either you got $20
or two poker
cards or $10 and one poker card.
Right.
And as we said, $120 was cap on money. If you went above the $120, you didn't get the extra.
Well, and you only got 5 cards in your hand.
Yes, you only had 5
if you were
cards.
full health.
That's where I was going.
Okay.
Your card limit was dependent on your health. If you had a wound, you're only going to hold 4 cards. You had 2 wounds, you can only hold 3. You had 3 wounds, but you never died.
You never died. You maxed at 3 wounds.
Max out on health, so you would be down to only holding 2 cards. But then you need to go to the
serious handicap.
Yeah, and do you want to go and pay the money to get the health back? It's only $10. You get it all back. And
the
then
bigger
your cards
part is
come
having to move
back.
clear across town to the one spot you can go to do it. That's the harder part.
That is
Spending the $10 is nothing.
Yeah, but if you don't, like you said, you're handicapping yourself because you only have 2 cards to play, and having that whole hand of 5 cards to be able to draw from during a poker game or during a battle is crucial.
Well, especially if you only have 2 cards, don't go play poker. But man,
that's like
you can't stop the battles.
You guys were like, going, "Well, go duel him." It's like, I got 1 card, and y'all know it's a 3. Well, go play poker. I have 1 card. You know it's a 3. Well, you get to draw a card. Okay, I have a 3 and whatever I have. Unless there's 2 3s that are going to come out on that board when I play poker, I'm going to lose. It's like I'm going to go there and just give you $10. And most of the time, you guys were all in town because if somebody goes to the saloon to play poker, if you are in Dark Rock, you don't have to be at the saloon. If you're in the city of Dark Rock, you could join in on the poker game. And at the end of the game, you guys were all like right up there. And I was like, if I go play poker, you're all going to come play poker because you know I'm going to lose. And you got a better chance of winning because you always win $50 plus any empty. So if you come in, you got to pay $10.
Yep.
You could be winning $50 or you could be winning $80 depending on how many players come in to play though. But yeah, you guys were all giving me these ideas to get points. I was like going, I have a 3. That's all I have. And all the superpower on this card is I get to move 2 extra spaces. And I'm like going, what can I do? There's nothing I could really do. I think I ended up doing something that got me an extra point. I don't remember what it was, though, but I did do something, and it gave me a point. And then I realized, oh, wait, I could have just moved again, got out of town because that card was up. The story card up is if you end your action, end your turn outside of town, outside the city, you got to contribute to that story card, and then knowing that they're going to finish this card off, somebody's going to get that because you're going to get something bonus. I could have got another Marshall point and some points or something like that.
Yeah,
it would have been more lucrative to do that, but instead I just moved someplace and really didn't do anything. Yeah. So
I don't remember what you did.
I don't either. I think I tried to fight a bandit. I don't know. But I only had a 3, so I knew I was going to lose. Because when you fight a bandit, you don't get to draw a card.
No.
You got to play the cards out of your hand. So,
yeah.
It is. I mean, the theme in this, we haven't talked theme yet. I think the theme does come out.
Yeah.
You are in the Old West. This is the Old West.
Everything you're doing, it fits right in. You have that angst of, well, do I go for the wanted points because I know I'm going to get hunted if I do, and the board's not that big,
and you're going to get a legendary point at the end of each turn. If you're on the list,
there's some give and take
1, 2, or 3 points depending on where you're at on that track.
I kind of wish I'd gone ahead and just done it, and see where I got with
Well,
it.
I have some ideas of what I need to do the next time we play this. And this is another game I wouldn't mind getting back out again and getting another group of people to play.
Well, we had several people, Omar, Jeff, who all said they wanted to play. Maybe we can break it out at the retreat.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know if he has it on the shelf or not.
Oh,
if not, we can take ours.
Yeah.
So.
We'll just bring it just to have it just in case.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a great game. Component wise, like I said, it has meeples for everything. Everything else is cardboard tokens.
Meeples? Miniatures?
The only thing about the miniatures is they didn't make the miniatures to match all the characters. Some of the characters they match pretty good, and they tell you who it is anyway.
Yeah,
but a lot
not
of
all
them,
of them. They're just generic.
Like just generic, random, different poses. I mean, they're all different.
You pick the meeple, the meeple.
But they don't match
the miniature,
what the character looks like. I don't know, maybe in the new version they matched all the miniatures to the characters.
Maybe.
But yeah. And the other thing about it is the expansions, normal expansions, if you're mixing cards into the decks, they usually have some way of it identifying it. Mm-hmm. This one doesn't, but I think it came as the Kickstarter. Those came with the game.
You know, though, I couldn't see playing this without it.
These anyway. I would love to get NT up.
I don't know which one that adds to it.
I don't know, but it would add something else to the game, which could be interesting. Because this one, it added, one of them added legendary items that only came out in the story cards.
Which we got in the very last round.
Cards. The entire game, it was the last round. I was like, we never got any legendary cards. And then I looked at Dylan and said, those two cards, one of those cards is a legendary card, probably. And it was the one that I could have gotten on.
No, it was the one that Adil turned over. It was the one about starting a fight with another player.
Was it?
Yeah.
I thought it was the one in the city.
Because it was he and I that got it.
I thought it was the one on the outside of the city. Nope. I was like, I could have gotten a legendary.
It was the one that had been up for literally half the game because nobody wanted to start a fight with another player. So anyway.
Though, on components, everything else is cardboard except for the miniatures, but the dice for the mining.
Oh, those are gorgeous.
Are huge. They're like an inch.
Oh, easy.
Each side's an inch.
And a quarter.
When you roll them, you're rolling some heavy dice.
Some
you're
chunky
worried
dice.
You're going to dent the board.
Yeah.
Yeah, so artwork.
It's Old West.
It fits. It's Old West.
Yeah,
it fits the theme. I mean, you can see what it looks like on the box, and it transfers the kind of the style and everything.
Yeah.
I don't know what else Ronald McDonald does in artwork.
Roland McDonald.
I know. I purposely said that.
I know.
But it fits the theme. I mean, it's not fabulous, but it fits. The color and everything gives you the Old West desert type of look with some stuff in it. But yeah. Well, do you have any final thoughts?
The only thing I would say is that, like I said, open world is not my favorite game mechanic or game genre, whatever you want to call it. But I did really enjoy this one. I don't know if it's just because there are not 1,000 options, but there are still some good choices to make. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really enjoyed it, and much more than I thought I would. So I would definitely, if you're on the fence about it, it's worth trying it out.
Yeah, I think so. The same thing. I think it's more compacted than Firefly.
Oh, absolutely.
Firefly with all the expansions is just
enormous.
Enormous universe of things.
I like the fact that this is condensed.
Yeah, because there's not as many things going on.
Right.
And like Firefly, you're going to move and fly out to do this contract and stuff. This one, everything's right there.
There's more player interaction.
Yes.
Which is, I feel like in a game like this is highly important. Mm-hmm. There's a lot more player interaction with that smaller board because
there's only so many places you can go.
There's only so many places you can go. And I can't tell you how many times I almost went to the bank to rob the bank. And I thought, nope, there's 3 people in the bank right now. I'm not robbing it and going on the water track with all these marshals standing right there.
All the marshals are in the bank. Let's
try another plan.
Yeah, this one, like I said, I still like Firefly more. But I think because I like the IP. I love the Firefly theme. But yeah, this one is still a great game. Yeah. If you like a more compacted sandbox game, great game. Yeah. I'll really be excited to find out exactly how this stands up with Zaya as well. Yeah. When we get to the X's. But yeah, this is one that you kept kind of regretting to play again. Because
I kept hesitating on it. I didn't want to play it.
Because of our first play. It wasn't really fun
boring.
Using the Man in Black expansion, which this came with.
And I would be curious now, as a 2-player with that man in black, which again, I don't like NPCs. I don't like dummy players in a 2-player game. I think that's just whatever. It's not a 2-player game if it requires a dummy player.
No.
So, and that is a hill I will die on. So, but I would be curious to see, now that we've had a better experience with it, what exactly it does. Because I don't remember exactly. I just remember the upkeep was a pain in the butt.
Yep. Well, I said, I'd love to get this back out. We've tried it at 2 players, at 4 players. Could you imagine this at 6?
I bet you we do it at the retreat, we can get 6.
Probably.
I bet you we could.
But that is our first look at Western Legends. Let us know in the comment what you think about it. Before we sign off here, one more question for our listeners. We didn't have any questions from our listeners, but this is our question for you guys, for you to answer. We are heading out to Phoenix here in, a couple weeks?
About a month.
About a month. A couple weeks, a month. It's the same time frame. Anyway, we are heading to Phoenix from Indy. If you're listening and there's any place between there and here that you think we should check out, game stores or game cafes, whatever, let us know in the comments. We would love to stop by, check out the places. Yep. And who knows, if you're there and we have time, meet up, play a game, if it's a cafe or a game store.
If we have time, we'll have 2 days.
Yep.
We just have to be in Phoenix no later than late Friday night.
Yep.
We're leaving here early Thursday morning.
So leave that comment in. Leave that in the comments below. So this is going to do it for episode 115. If you like this episode or any of our content and haven't subscribed to the podcast, please do so by going to iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. While you're there, give us a rating and a comment. This is how others can find the show. You can also help support the show by becoming a Patreon member. Just go to patreon.com/The Meeple Society. Also, if you want to donate to Extra Life and the Children's Miracle Network, you can go to www.meeplesociety.com. There you'll find a link to donate to the cause. But in the meantime, if you want to just follow us on social media to keep up and see what we're doing, just follow the link in the show notes. There you'll find links to Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, YouTube, Threads, Discord, Blue Sky, and our merch shop where you can get a nice little hat. Or you can contact us directly at meeplesociety@mail.com. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you at the next one.